Second Cup is brought to you by Roswell Park Comprehensive Care Center.
Hello, good morning. It is 8 o'clock on the start of a Friday. Thank you so much for being part of Second Cup. We appreciate you. Holy hell, that rain. It is wet outside, to say the least.
Oh, my goodness. It's coming through and like, wait.
Excuse me. I know it is. It's gross outside.
It's gross inside.
I know. I think I picked up on all your coughing.
I'm not coughing.
You're nasty.
I'm the nasal
Gross
person.
Blah. Blowing your nose.
I'm not sick. This is just my life.
Anyway, it's wet outside. I mean, you're right. Waves is a great way to describe it. There's just, batch after batch after batch that's rolling through. When you consider the impact the roads are seeing it. In terms of crashes, I want you to see what it looks like on the 190, right near the 198. And this has been something we've been following all morning.
Just opened up these roads. Like literally as we were doing the cut-in, which was like minutes ago, they just opened up the left lanes there.
Okay, so you can see, right, exactly, some major impact here with that box truck. And it was facing the wrong way, right? And you can see the other car or SUV on the back of a flatbed, it looks. But traffic in this area, the 190 right near the 198, just at a complete standstill. And look at the other side the other side as well. Also super slow. So if you're coming into downtown Buffalo, be careful. Understand that this is going to take you a little bit longer to get through. Lauren, even the kids were yelling yuck while we were getting in the car. I know. They're so funny. Can only imagine King Chenzo was not happy about this.
King Chenzo, is that what they call him?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, that's so funny. Do you know what my mother-in-law calls my husband?
What?
His Highness.
Uh-huh. I get it.
That's so funny.
I get it.
And Paul's like, no, she calls Logan that. And I'm like, no, she calls both of you that. And you started this way.
Energy Radio Buffalo says, Mayhem City for sure. Yeah, it's one of those days where we finally reach Friday and you're just like, okay, I just got to get through this. I got to get through this. I got to get through that. And then finally you'll get to the weekend.
I got to get through this.
Do you remember that Daniel Bedingfield?
Make it through. Yes, I do. And I'll tell you why.
Said I got to get through this.
Because I remember when I was a senior in high school, they asked us what do you want as your prom theme? And my one girlfriend who was having a little trouble in love life at that time suggested that song. I thought that was so funny.
Who was it?
Aaron.
Of course.
So funny.
So funny. Kathy Lewis, why is it always windy on garbage day? That is a great question. Don't you find that?
Thank you. Yes. My mom talking about the wind. Yeah. So it's going to be pretty intense today too.
Yeah, we're talking up to 70 miles an hour when it comes to the winds.
And we saw that, was it just last week already?
Yeah. Buffalo sending out a notice within the last 15 minutes or so saying high wind warning for Buffalo until 10 p.m., winds 25 to 35 miles, gusts 60 miles an hour. The peak would be between 3 and 7 p.m. with down trees and power lines likely. They are telling you to use caution driving. And again, that peak between 3 and 7, which just means that afternoon commute is going to be a bear, to say the least. Diane.
Now for us, it's that afternoon nap.
No kidding.
And I'm going to need those winds to stay died down.
Gladys has a haircut this afternoon, and
That's right.
oh man, it's just the worst timing because by the time she's done, I will likely still be sleeping.
Yeah.
And I just,
How far away is it?
it's up in Kenmore. It's just annoying. Jackie says we're definitely the windy city this year.
Yeah.
Right. MB, why does it have to be rainy and windy when we finally get a warm day?
Okay, we can't really complain that we had a beautiful day yesterday. Did you enjoy?
I did. I took Gladys for a walk. Yeah.
We went to the zoo. It was super cute. I just love this. You know me.
Linda says the winds have been crazy in Brant. Kathy says I've had to run outside twice and grab the tote. Oh, man. Yeah, it's garbage day for us also. So I totally feel your pain, and it's going to be all over the place.
Yesterday, we saw the lions at the zoo all snuggled up in the sun. Super cute.
That was cute.
It was cute. I should have had you put that in, Jordan. Darn it. Okay. Well, the tiger also, they have the inside windows. The tiger hopped up on the inside window, and there was a woman standing there, and I swear to God, the tiger was like this.
Looking her dead in the eyes.
Dead in the eyes. And Molly and I were like,
whoa.
Yeah, because Mike was there with my friend.
Standoff.
Whoa.
Did she move? Did she break contact?
Eventually was like, this is boring. And
a challenge.
God, that little sand cat. What a cute thing that is.
Is this what you're talking about, a sand cat?
No, that's a different kind of sand cat.
Oh.
That's a lion. Have you seen the sand? It literally looks like a kid. Look at these two. I mean, they were snoozing in the sunshine. So you could see it from the front, but it's so far back. You know, that's the very end. It's too hard to get. They were, look at them. Shoulder to shoulder. I'm like, oh.
It's a great day for them.
It was a great day for them. They were happy as like little clams.
Funny.
Trying to think of what else. The rhinos were moving around yesterday.
Look at them. I love this.
We saw the red pandas because we were looking. I think they had a baby red panda, so we were looking, but they were just like sleeping up in the trees. I don't know. You know me. I'm an animal person.
Sure are. Mm-hmm. Mary says, I think I'll stay home today. I don't want to end up like that lady who did recently where the wind knocked her off the porch. I know. Do you remember that
video? Yes.
Sarah says it was a great day for the zoo. We love to go there on a warm winter day. Howard said yesterday was nice. Cleaned the dog poop from the yard. We need to do that.
Oh my God. I saw somebody put a post up. It was the guy like in workout clothes, and he had like these big giant plastic boots on, and said, "If you're a dog owner, you know."
Exactly. Karen says being outside yesterday was awesome. Noreen, we still have the remains of blown garbage from the last wind event. No kidding. Well, just keep that in mind that today it's going to be windy, rainy, despite the warmth. Joyce says the winds are horrible. Couldn't even hold my sign up as a crossing guard.
Oh,
wow.
Geez. I will say so, Paul, on our street, we end up with some garbage and stuff on our street just because, we're parallel with one of the bigger streets. But eventually it kind of blows down our street. And, like, we'll pick up the garbage if we see it there. But, like, Paul goes, you know what the funniest thing is? He goes, sometimes the leaves fall. He's like, and if I don't get to them right away, he's like, they're down the block. Street. I know. Yeah,
so funny. My husband does the landmines in the yard, Kathleen, and mine too. I got Russ actually last year for Christmas socks that say best pooper scooper.
Oh, I bet he really liked that.
He was not happy. That's a Russ job.
See, for us, 90% of the time we're out there with the dog.
Yeah.
Because we're on the second floor, so we just get down with him.
That's smart. Diane says, cleaned my car yesterday. It was filthy from camping. That makes sense. Making BOW for dinner today? What is that?
Beef on black.
Oh.
It took me a second.
Yeah.
I was like, I can get
Yum. That sounds good. Howard says, don't forget to clean your drainage ditch. Culverts out of trash and leaves if you've got them. That's a great point. Our corner always floods because there's always a ton of crap over the grate.
You should get out there and clean it.
Yeah. Sometimes I do. Because it gets really deep.
You really do?
Yeah, because honestly, if you don't, it's going to affect our yard.
Right.
And I just don't want that to happen. Okay, let's talk about some other stories that are happening now all around the area. Oh. Well, I don't know that this is actually still the case here. So the Thruway Authority, okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
well,
same spot there, I think.
I don't know. Can we go back to that traffic camera? The Thruway Authority is saying all lanes are blocked on the 190 South at exit 11. That's where the 198 crash was, but I don't know that that's actually the case.
I don't think so. NYTEC now just says the right lane, so yeah.
Okay.
But that had just happened.
Yeah, this is about 20 minutes old.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I tossed to Aaron, like, hey, Aaron, the 190's closed. He's like, they literally just started letting a couple cars
But look at that traffic still.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've been watching this for about 45 minutes at this point, at least.
Yeah, that's
probably longer.
And more power to the guys who are out there doing the towing.
In the rain.
Slow down
in the wind.
Over as far as you can for them. Like, it always just makes me so nervous. I know.
Crazy. Okay, the other big story that we wanted to talk about here this morning, obviously the ICE protesting that's been going on across the country. A lot of people are really just upset about what they've seen or what they believe to see in Minneapolis with that video of what we know factually is an ICE officer shooting and killing a woman in a car. What that woman was doing, we don't know, right? We can't be in her brain. She's dead. And will there be an investigation? We don't know. It's all being done by the FBI, Minneapolis or Minnesota being blocked out from that. But people here in Buffalo are not happy. Mm-hmm. Some, I should say. There are others who say, you know what, we do need ICE. We need a government that follows the Constitution. What do you make of this?
Well, we've got a protest. We had a protest here last night. Got another protest today at 4, and then they're going to do a vigil for this woman who was killed. I don't know. You know, we talk all the time that you have to look at all sides of this. And we
Right.
talked about it yesterday here. Anita says she's more upset over the lack of empathy by most of our high-up government officials.
And Mark is right. There was another ICE shooting in Portland, Oregon yesterday. So, you know, there are people pointing fingers on all sides.
Yeah. And I think maybe Anita's point is, even if you're pointing fingers or you're trying to get to the bottom of something, can you be empathetic at the same time? And I think you probably could.
Yeah, you feel for this woman. You feel for her family.
Right.
And you know, earlier in the week I said, you know, we have a yeah, but, or we shouldn't necessarily have the but just listen to the yeah from one person's opinion. You know, is there a but in this case? Do we feel that as I don't even want to go down that road.
So, okay. Shirley says she misses the country she grew up in. And Cindy says, I don't know what to think about.
And I think that's kind of where I am too, right? Like, because we don't know what we see. We don't know, like, we see something. We know what happened, but we don't know what led up to that. We don't know how we got to that point. We don't know what this woman was doing beforehand. We don't know what her motivation was for
and so
turning the car on, I guess, and driving. I don't know.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, the information, I think we think when we read something or see something that it's fact. And I have not factually seen many of the things that people are saying. She was doing this was happening, this was. I haven't seen anybody officially report this. I did see ABC News report. She had dropped her 6-year-old off at school, was driving back from that. I don't know that we have official, like...
Why was she there?
Well, and that, right. So that was the main question. Did she drop him off and it's down the street?
Right.
Like, there's still, and a lot of people saying, well, she was following, this was, I did not hear that, like, reported from, I don't know, like an unbiased news source. And I look at our, like, nightly news, is that, you know, and I know a lot of people will argue that they are a different way, but you know.
Okay, so this is kind of, I'll get to that in a second. Megan says, I read this yesterday, but unsure of the validity. The ICE officer that shot her was the same officer that was dragged by a car 50 feet in June. You're right. There are so many dynamics of the situation. So yeah, the vice president made that point clear yesterday.
Yes.
He said, essentially, this officer in particular had been seriously hurt carrying out an operation many months ago. Now, as a reporter, when I heard that, my initial question was, how can he be on the job? Do you know what I mean? Without, you know, I want to know, was he off the job? Was not that he did anything wrong. What I'm saying is, like, physically, mentally, is he
capable?
Yes.
I don't know if capable is the right word, but like functioning to that.
Correct.
I don't know, you know.
And I think that's part of an investigation.
Yeah. Sure. And now we know the FBI is going to be leading that investigation.
And it's not to say that he was wrong or justified. It's simply a fair question to ask. You know, what happened to that officer thereafter?
And then maybe it's more to the point of when we look at a bigger picture, if we know that things can impact us,
right,
and whether or not it did in this situation too, but like, let's say we know things can impact us in different ways. Are we giving people the resources?
Right.
Like, is it a bigger picture question than beyond all of this?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, right. I mean, like, they are these ICE officers, these people are being threatened. We know factually.
Right.
We know that they are putting their lives in danger. We know that there are protesters who are going up to ICE officers and, you know, almost challenging them.
Right. So it's right.
And is that appropriate?
Right.
Right, MB. I mean, was he mentally not prepared to go back to work? And I'm not insinuating anything. I'm just simply asking the question, you know, what kind of clearance was that person given? Was he given clearance? What kind of acuity did he have? I mean, because, look, officers go through a lot. We know this even on a local level. You've done so much reporting on this.
Yeah. I mean, we literally have a helpline for police officers, you know, and they need it. Like, I know we all mentioned we have police officers in our family, so many. And I'm not saying like I have a million, but I'm saying so many of us do. And we know the pressures that these guys are. Like first responders deal with a lot. And I don't think that anybody is denying that.
So Kelly's wondering about the report that I had yesterday.
Okay, wait. Let me just pull up Michael's comment really quick. Sad day when you question an officer's decision when 4,000-pound car is going to run over him. So, but when someone dies, I do think that it's our responsibility to do that. Just because you have to, like, there's going to be a police investigation. It's not just us questioning what happened. I think you need to get to the bottom of what happened. Because I think it's so important to make sure everything was find out why. You know, like there needs to be a why behind it.
And that's, you know, I brought this up yesterday too.
I don't think there's anybody placing blame on either side here, but I do think
there's a lot of blame being placed on.
No, I mean here.
Right.
I think but because it is so divisive, Michael, I think that's why there needs to be an investigation that does look at all of that stuff.
Right. And you know,
we took all the information.
Right. This is what I brought up yesterday, that in New York State, and, you know, again, this is on the state level, when there is a police-involved shooting, that shooting is investigated by the Attorney General in New York State.
Right.
Now, again, say what you want about Letitia James, you know, because there's a lot of opinion about her as well, but there are people within the office who are actually doing the investigation who really have no skin in the game.
Yeah, right.
So that's kind of the independence there. But I want to go back to, you know, because we don't know what the intention of this woman was. We don't know.
And Michael comes out saying social media wants to be the judge and jury.
Exactly.
100%, yes.
And so when you look at it objectively, which is what we are doing.
And which is what you hope an investigation will do.
Right.
Like you want an impartial parties, whoever, to look at this kind of stuff. Because what does it do? It doesn't change what happened, but does it prevent?
Right. So Kelly says, why does your report about illegal immigrant ramming and ICE agents state that it was an actual ramming? It implies you feel the Minneapolis was not. Well, because it wasn't. Factually, right? Like, we don't know what her intention was. We don't know if an officer was hit. People are saying we see that in the video. Others are saying we don't see that in the video. You know, it's not for me to be the judge here. This factually was an officer's vehicle that was hit. This was a car ramming. We don't know. We can't say for certain what happened in Minneapolis. And it would be unfair for anyone to say this is what happened.
Right.
And I think that's what we're seeing. We're seeing on both sides, you know, the right saying one thing, the left is saying another thing, because there's an agenda on both sides. The left is sick of ICE in communities. The right wants ICE in communities. The right sees one thing. The left sees another thing, which is why we need an impartial investigation here.
Yeah, and I was going to say, like, it's just so, I hate to just break it down left and right, you know, like, because you want to be able to say, hey, maybe I lean this way, but I saw this, or I feel this way, or whatever. It's just really...
To that extent, though, I'm glad that you brought this up, Kelly, because I went digging through court documents again this morning, which I've been doing for the last several weeks, because there's been a lot of immigration activity going on in Western New York. So, you know, on a case-by-case basis, what I've been doing is reporting what we've seen in the court documents. So here's what I found out about that case in particular. So we know that there was that car ramming in Amherst on Millersport Highway outside that hotel on New Year's Eve. But now, here's what we have for more information. It turns out that while these officers were there on New Year's Eve doing that surveillance and obviously trying to stop this one man in particular, and he reversed and slammed into a government vehicle.
So just to clarify, too, right now, we are talking about what happened in Western New York.
Right. He ran into the hotel, and we know that agents arrested him there. But it took a little while to actually get that done. So what I'm now learning, based on these court documents, is that they actually got a warrant on New Year's Day, about 12:45 in the morning, signed by a federal judge, and that they made a number of arrests, or attempts rather, to try and get into the hotel room where that man had run into with the hotel key, but the key would not open the door. Listen to this. Agents forced entry into the room utilizing breaching tools. They entered the room, identified themselves as immigration agents, and encountered 3 people. All 3 admitted to being in the U.S. illegally. So they were taken into custody. So, you know, there is obviously enforcement action taking place here.
Yeah.
They told him to stop. He rammed the car, according to these court documents. But again, no shooting.
So Jen says, I'm about to make popcorn for all this. Real life has just become part of a movie. And then Dominic, trending us again. I think we all need to go on a cruise and escape for a little.
Seriously.
I know, you know, it's such heavy, heavy stuff that we're talking about because it's life and death in this case.
And I was just telling Russ about this because, you know, I'm posting, you know, obviously, Kelly, you're more than welcome to question our reporting. You're more than welcome to ask about, you know, the validity of what we're saying. But, you know, I think that this weighs on me. It's been a heavy week, you know, and I try and detach myself a little bit from what's going on, but it started with Venezuela and then ended with this. It's been a long week.
Truthfully, you do. This is going to sound terrible, but you do kind of have to. But I also think that anybody who maybe is a first responder gets that too.
Yeah.
Like you kind, and so like, I'm not totally comparing what we do to that, but like you do deal with a lot of like heavy topics all day long. So you have to kind of find levity in your day and you have to kind of be able to say, okay, I got to like take a deep breath.
Right.
You know,
but then like reading the comments, and maybe I shouldn't be reading the comments. People are like, this guy's a clown. This guy's losing credibility. This guy's this guy's that. When really all I'm doing is taking this and let me show you what it is. It's one of these, a United States court document.
well, you can be a clown. I'll give him that.
For better or for worse, but
Having
not with
worked
the
with
facts.
Having worked with you for a long time. No, and it's the same thing. Like, have a baby in here, people be like, you look too heavy, you look too skinny. I don't like your hair like that.
I know.
Did you put your shirt on backwards? I'm just kidding. That was me. I realized that I did do that.
And what did I text you? I said, idiot.
No, but, you know, it's, we have a weird job in that sense.
Yeah.
Just because, like, other people, again, there are way more difficult jobs out there. Okay, I will say that. Like,
yes.
I'm not doing brain surgery. I'm not doing what a lot
We're
of
not
people
saving lives here.
No. But it is weird to have your work publicly criticized.
Right. Because here's
applauded.
why.
Because, like, it just doesn't happen in a lot of other fields as much, maybe.
And here's why. We put so much of ourselves into this work.
Yeah.
And, you know, we're meeting you here. We know the audience is changing.
Yeah.
So much of the audience has shifted to digital platforms. We're trying to meet the audience there.
And it is cool in a way because you do get those conversation moments that you didn't used to get.
You get to connect.
Yeah.
But when we're just not hearing things the way they should be heard, in other words, we're giving you something straight down the middle, we're giving you the facts, it becomes a problem.
Facts don't exist anymore. It's two distinct correct opinions.
Right.
Interesting. I know, because sometimes you'll say stuff that is a fact and people are like, wrong.
Right.
And you're like, no, but...
Katie, I'm telling you, go through the comments on these videos. This guy's a leftist clown. This guy's a right-leaning blah, blah, blah. Like, no, like, what? Where are you getting this from?
It's just me on different...
Well, and that's kind of what I'm thinking.
And
like, are these my friends on burner accounts?
Him now. Oh, I got a good one. Like,
seriously.
No, I know.
This guy's too gay. Like, yes, okay, yes, but...
Can you be too?
But, like, can't you just love me?
Maybe don't read the comments for the weekend.
I know.
Maybe take the weekend off.
What? Take the weekend off? I know.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. I started working on Saturday, and I haven't stopped.
Then that's on you.
I know.
You know what I'm going to do for you? You know what I'm going to do for you, Ed?
What?
You know what I'm going to do for you?
Give me a weekend?
Yes. And you know how I'm going to do it for you? You know how I'm going to do it for you guys? I am going to drop off my baby for you for the weekend. And guess what?
That's not a weekend.
And you guess what? You're not going to have a minute to think about work on your week. I'm going to do that for you. Paul and I are going to do that for you. And you will watch Logan for 48 hours.
Oh, my God.
And you will feed him, change the
Monday.
diapers. 100%. You're getting a cold. That's happening. You're going to make little baby meals. You're going to make towers that get knocked over. You're going to stop him from the dog bowl, stop him from the dog bowl, stop him from the dog.
Oh, my God.
1,000 times a day. Don't worry. By the end of the day, you wouldn't even want to look at your phone. You want to just look at the back of your eyelids and collapse on your. I'm going to do that for you. And Paul and I will make that sacrifice. We will be at a hotel downtown. So
thank you so much for giving unto yourself, unto me of yourself.
So you call my mom if you need something. and I'm going to do that for you. Just to ease your mind a little bit.
Can you imagine? Is that the escape? Mark, I pity Logan. We'd have a great time.
He'd love it.
He would.
He would not eat correctly, but
right, he'd be eating Sour Patch Kids.
He was like a few months old. My brother's like, is he eating ice cream yet? I'm like, oh my God. No. But seriously, like when it's when you have too much downtime sometimes, and now I'm saying, but you have to like be able to say like, okay, I'm gonna.
I know.
And something so distracting will do that for you.
Katie, you are the most generous.
You know, I bet Lauren would, if you wanted a little extra help, I bet she'd drop off her little guys for you too. You lucky duck.
I would love to hang out with Vincenzo. He loves to tease, and I think he's so funny. He calls us the naughty boys because we tease him. He found out that we were going someplace where his... Well, he found out that Russ and I were going to be at an event where his whole family was. And Lauren was telling him who's going to be there. And he goes, the naughty boys? Oh, no.
The naughty boys. That's so cute. I don't want Logan to grow too fast. Like, you know this. But I do think when they can start kind of talking and, like, saying, like, he already interacts, you know, a lot. And so, like, I just get such a kick out of the stuff they say sometimes.
I know.
That I'm like, oh,
the way their brains work.
Like, I'm just looking forward to that, but also like in the most like, please don't ever grow.
Kimberly, good morning. Thank you for all you do. I think you have tried to remind us that we can't blindly believe everything we see. We need to have accurate knowledge before coming to conclusions. I appreciate you all. Well, thank you for saying that. And I also...
Oh, can you bring up this one really quick too?
That's what I wanted to bring up.
Okay, Kathy, thank you, Channel 7, for the Elderwood story. My mom said the state is there investigating.
Well, that's great. And Jordan, can you drop a link to Gio's story in the comments?
We have all gotten so many comments on that story and so many people reaching out.
Well, and here's the thing. When you reach out to us, we genuinely take those things, whatever that story idea is or that problem, that issue that you're dealing with, and we're going to make some phone calls, look into it, and start digging in.
And can I also say kudos to the families who are willing to speak?
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time,
brave
people will reach out, and it is so hard to tell their story if they're not willing to share with you.
Right.
We do the very best we can. But when you have people who are willing to speak out, it's a brave thing to do.
No doubt.
And it can be scary. But I just want to say, you know, when you have a problem and you're comfortable confronting it, we will help you every step of the way. And it's easier to do when we've got somebody, you know, working with you.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
We're a team, you know, and that's the way I look at it.
I kind of think about like your whistleblower story.
And that's exactly what I was going to say.
If you didn't have somebody.
We're talking about the dentist.
You hear allegations constant. Like we'll hear stuff like this all the time, but you have to give me something to work with. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. And that's what I told her. I said, we become a team. And, you know, you're doing this.
So kudos to that family, too.
Yeah.
And to Gio. Great job.
Giovanni Ligi. You can send him a note. Giovanni.ligi@wkbw.com. By the way, it's Giovanni with a J.
Gio with a J. I know, you keep saying Gio with a
J. It's more like Giovanni. I love teasing him about that, too.
Well, thank you guys for joining in today.
Have a great day. Go Bills. Go Sabres.
Oh, my gosh. Big game. Go Bills.
Bye.